call this meeting to order, and I'm going to stand for a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence for all our military serving overseas.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Parrish, Mr. Price, Mr. Thompson,
Here.
Ms. Russell,
Here.
Mr. Brown,
Here.
Ms. Barney.
Here.
Can we have a motion to excuse our colleagues for tonight's meeting?
Second.
We want to first it? Yeah.
Oh, first and
I'll
second.
second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Carried. All right. So before we go on, we have a special guest here, and we're gonna go off script here a second. So Josh, if you don't mind coming up, and you have you have no more than 37 minutes to state your case, or 3, but so yes. So welcome. Please state your name for the record and proceed.
My name is Josh Torbeck. I'm the Executive Director of the Claremont County Park District. Mayor, council members, and maybe the best law director
There you go.
in the county.
Whoa.
Wait, Josh is smart, man. He's gotten
yeah.
smarter as he's gotten on, too.
Yeah.
He was already smart.
Thank you for giving me a couple minutes. I'll be brief. I said the same thing to Batavia Township, and they regretted that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of making the rounds. We have our park levy renewal on the ballot in May. And the last thing I want to hear is people go to the ballots and say, we have no idea it's going to be on the ballot. So I'm trying to get the word out. We're trying to get the word out as much as we can, educate the public. I want people to be educated when they go out to vote for everything, but specifically our levy. It's a renewal. The very first levy was passed in 2016. We're going for a 10-year renewal. It's a 0.5 mil. Everybody, as you know, kind of asks, what does that mean? So just real quick, I know you guys know what it is. For like a $300,000 house, for us, that's going to cost you about a little over $30, which equates about $2.64 a month. What it does is helps us to maintain free entrance into our parks. Our programs and events, the majority of them are free. If there is a cost, it's very minimal. We maintain 13 parks and preserves, a little over 1,000 acres that are open to the public. We have another 1,000 acres in conservation easements that we hold. We're as far north as Loveland and Goshen, and we go down to the river at Shiloh, where we have our river museum down there and our Creek Road Nature Preserve. We are looking to add a park this coming year where the old Grailville was, a mile outside of downtown Loveland. And if the levy renews, we'll be acquiring another park to our portfolio in Washington Township. We've got a lot of great projects in line for the next 10 years if it does pass. 2 things I'm going to hit real quick. We have our community grant program, and that was a promise in the last levy where we gave away, or we will, after this year, give away over $1 million to cities, townships, and villages to help with local community parks and their goals. And it equates to almost 100 projects over this 10 years. With the renewal of that levy, we would continue that program another $1 million over the next 10 years to townships, villages, and cities. I believe Milford got one last year, so we would love to continue that. It's a great program. We love working with the local park districts to help them where we can. Second thing is, what do the levy funds go towards? For us, it goes everything from playgrounds, restrooms, trails, bike trails, but it's also a way that we leverage those funds for grants. Over the last 10 years, we've gotten $5.5 million worth of grants that help do projects that we would never be able to afford to do without it. So a lot of those grants, we require matching funds, whether it's 25%, 50%. We use those funds specifically to target grants that we can use for capital projects that we would otherwise just can't afford to do a budget. I think I got it all out in 3 minutes. Do you have any questions I can answer?
And Josh, you've said it numerous times, but I think what resonates to a lot of people is the fact it's a renewal, correct?
It's a renewal, no new taxes.
Right.
It's as far as park district levies go, it's about as affordable as it gets. When I talk about, every dollar counts, I know. And we're not asking for any additional money. The renewal is something we feel comfortable with and helps us just be sustainable for the next 10 years.
That's great.
That suspension bridge at Sycamore Park is wonderful. That's a great hike. Yeah.
So that was a grant, but that was one of those grants where we had to put some skin in the game too, and without our levy funds, we wouldn't be able to apply for that grant. But it's a great feature. If you don't know what she's talking about, we have a new suspension bridge, swinging bridge. It's over 120 feet long that connects to an island in the East Fork River, where we put a mile hiking trail. So it's been a great addition.
Well, thank you. Any other questions?
I will say, Josh and his team have been great to work with. Last year, when I was the new guy on the block, and that grant program came out, they came to Milford to explain that, and we were able to receive $20,000 towards the irrigation project at 5 points. That's about a $120,000 project, so that was nice to have. And then rumor has it we'll be applying for pickleball courts, so throwing that out there as well.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, let's get into our next item is a public hearing. I believe we need a motion to go into the public hearing.
So moved.
We have a second.
Second.
Can we get a roll call on that?
Mr. Velardo?
Yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Ms. Barney?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
All right, I will turn this over to Benjamin.
Thank you, Mayor. If everyone on council will open up their committee of the whole packet, this will be the items that I refer to during my brief explanation of this. The city created a door district in 2017, and really that's been a tremendous success for us in the downtown area, supporting businesses, allowing for people to carry their beverage throughout the downtown and within that door district has been extremely beneficial to us as a community, but also I believe the businesses. And we've had very little issues with that door district. With that being said, I felt that it was time to update this for two reasons. One, I think that expanding the district is in our benefit. We've got some areas in the downtown that I think are not being currently covered, and within the packet itself is a map that would show the proposed area. Secondly, the cups that are currently being used, I've got that provided. That's the last sheet in the packet. That's currently the cup that is being used throughout the door district, and the cost of those cups have gone up tremendously to the point in which the businesses are losing quite a bit of money by going this route. So it was recommended and requested that we offer an alternative cup/sticker system that would be a little bit more feasible for the businesses due to, once again, the rising costs. So what I put in the packet is the plastic cup that is being that the businesses are wanting to use. It's a disposable cup, as well as 5 different sticker options. And the marketing team did a good job of giving council quite a few options, and they're different options. You got different views of the downtown, and really I just need further guidance from council as to which sticker. I certainly have a favorite, but I wanted to be able to give council the opportunity to review those and provide feedback. But it's a rather simple request. Simply expanding the district in a very marginal way across the bridge to the Longstreet Worth area, and then down near the Riverside 2 area on Cass Street. Those are cut out previously. So simply expanding the district, going to that of a cheaper cup for the businesses, and then identifying a sticker that we would place on the cup. So how it would work is, and then the third one is the hours. The hours would be all the time. So Monday through Sunday, the door would be open. There wouldn't be certain rules for certain days of the week. So how it would work with the businesses is, for those of them that want to purchase those Milford cups, they can still do that. That would still be allowed. But the preferred route would be the cup, the disposable cup with the sticker, and they would have both options. So if someone wanted that Milford Dora cup that we've used previously, that's kind of a unique thing for us, and people enjoy that. When they come to town, it's something they can take back with them, and it's a little keepsake. But then they would have the opportunity to use the disposable cup. So those are the three options, proposals: changing the territory, expanding it, the disposable cup with the sticker, and then that of the hours.
Any questions?
Yes. As a new resident, what area is being expanded on this map?
So, yeah, so if you,
Yeah, so it would be this area down here. And again, I think
Okay.
it was an oversight when we first did this initially because of the people walking. So it would just be able to expand that area. And then where's the other down on?
down on Cash Street,
Yeah.
near Riverside 2.
Yeah. So
Okay.
again, it's not a big expansion, but it's basically this lower corner that
All right.
I believe people are utilizing that anyway.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
again, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong back there, Chief, it's really not been an issue. I mean, and again, I think it's enhanced our community, our downtown. And I would entertain your input also there.
No, we've had zero issues with the Dora. I was just explaining to the assistant city manager back there that it wasn't left out when we started planning that. If you remember, we started planning that in middle of 2019.
Right.
When we first put it through. We were maxed on what we could cover at the time. They wouldn't let us go across.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So we
They've
decided.
since changed the, yeah.
Yeah, we decided it was going to be better for us as a city to push it up towards Copper Blue because it was encompassing more of a business area than try to take it over. Because if you remember at the time in 2019, we didn't have a lot of businesses on the other side of the river that could participate in the Dora. But no,
Gotcha.
we've had zero problems with the Dora since its inception.
So that goes to Cobalt Station.
Well, technically, yeah, right up to it.
Okay.
Cobalt
Is right on the
is a
line.
unique business because it's half in Terrace Park and half in Milford. Yeah. Or 3/4 or something like that, yeah. It's divided. It's a house divided.
I had a question about the cups. You know, we have a sustainability commission, right? Are we creating more waste? I mean, I know we're trying to get out of selling cup business, but
Well, we are out of the selling cup business. We don't do that anymore. But I think this is the opportunity to put, as it relates to the sustainability, that of the recycling bins throughout the downtown. I think that's how you combat that. But I mean, really, in terms of the cup itself, the only change is it's a much cheaper option for the businesses. You can still throw the existing cups away.
well, we don't all do that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not encouraging that. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
yeah,
there's
yeah.
really no difference.
But it's easier, I don't know, to throw a more minimal cup away, but I get the expense.
I think it gets into its bed, but to your point, if we have proper recycle bins, that.
And are they recyclable? I see the symbol on that
Yes.
picture.
Yes.
They are.
Is it a specific cup or is it up to the business to purchase?
It'll be the specific cup. They all
Okay.
get that same cup.
They do,
so
okay.
Yeah.
That
You have to
image
have
that
some consistency
Right,
so that
right.
you're not having your mug or whatever, so.
and that cup that's provided was directly from the businesses. So
Okay, okay.
And then I think if the council would just, you don't have to do it tonight, but kind of make an informal poll of which sticker that you like the best. I've actually changed my mind because whether or not we're going to promote one business over another, one building, so anyway, but any other questions? All right. Do I need a motion to close? Yeah, I need a motion to close the public hearing.
I move that we close the public hearing.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. That moves us right into the proceedings for the last, has everyone had a chance to go through the minutes of the February 17th meeting? And if so, I would need a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Mr. Velardo?
Okay, yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Ms. Barney?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Which goes right into adopting the 2026, or January 2026 finance report. Has everyone had a chance to look over and has any questions or whatever? And if not, can we entertain a motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt?
Second.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Ms. Barney?
Yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Velardo?
Yes. Moving right along, we have the city manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor. I just got a few things I wanted to highlight in the report. Sort of touched on this earlier, but the 5 Points irrigation project is officially underway. They are expected to be finished by April 1st. That's the deadline that's been given. Along with that project is installing electric along the walkway through the center of the park, and the whole intent behind that is giving the park a little bit more abilities, but specifically the farmer's market. I want the farmer's market to move out there this year, so that way it's visible from the street. So this would sort of facilitate some of those efforts. Staff attended the OCMA conference last week. There's several good topics, including the property taxes, hospitality, and then a good keynote address from the author of Strong Towns. The staff is currently shopping property insurance. Our coverage expires in May. Last year, we just renewed with the previous broker. We just had a relationship with them. We are going to shop that this year to ensure that we have the best rates. And then the PFAS feasibility study was also started this past week, and we expect the results to be back in May. Oh, and lastly, State of the City. We have that penciled in right now for April 2nd. It is, that's a Thursday at 6 p.m. at the event center, the Little Miami Event Center. Currently what's being planned is we're gonna have 4 different food vendors. It will be a ticketed event. I'm hoping for at least 200 people is my goal. But it is absolutely essential for council to be there. So before we absolutely make it concrete, I want to make sure that council has the opportunity to provide feedback in terms of their availability.
6 p.m., does anyone have a conflict presently?
I don't think so, but I don't have my planner in front of me. Can you explain what that is?
I can. So the State of the City really is, that's an exciting event for the city. How I'm going to approach it is really, in some respects, what we're trying to do is we're trying to encourage people to come, listen to some of the things we accomplished in 2025, being this year specific, and then heading into 2026, these are some of the goals, some of the initiatives, some of the projects that we're looking to accomplish. So it's really a way for residents and businesses and really surrounding area residents to be informed, have the ability to know what's going on within the city, and it also serves as a networking opportunity for people within the city.
Have we done it before?
Well, unfortunately, from a historic, up till, what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we did it all the time. We've done them separately and jointly.
Yeah.
And to city manager's point, it's just a great way that we can showcase everything we've done, everything we've accomplished, and it really gives the residents and business owners, buy-in on everything. So it had always been a well-attended event, and then the chamber used to sponsor it, and then when there were some changes there, kind of went by the wayside. But yeah, this isn't something new to the city.
Okay.
Brandy's
How much
stretch.
are tickets? Do we
We
know
haven't
yet?
decided that yet.
Okay.
We need to
Yeah.
price it out first. I think the food will be $25 a person, something like that. But
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this event. Once again, the information that's being provided, marketing's already, they're creating a video to
Oh, cute.
sort of,
Great.
we'll call it a pump-up video. I mean, it's not just, we're going to talk about council agenda items. I mean, this is something that's fun, that's exciting, and gives everyone the opportunity to know what we've accomplished and what we're looking forward to heading into the new year. That's all I have unless there's any questions.
Does anyone else, those are here, April 2nd in conflict? Okay,
I think
That's a
good.
Thursday, correct?
Yeah.
yes. All right. Anything else?
That's it. Thank you,
All
Mayor.
right. That takes us to the police department. You in the back, hiding around the corner.
I learned well.
Yeah.
You all were gonna bring us closer together. You weren't kidding.
He's not.
Getting it all. Chief Mills has got the annual report done. He hasn't got his presentation done yet. He'll have that in the next few meetings. The monthly report from February should be done for your guys' next meeting. So a couple of things I had. If you look back in the back parking lot in the last day or two, you've noticed that we are a lot lighter on cars. We've got all of the old cruisers sold. Huge shout out to Ben up in finance for helping us get that through Gov Deals. So no longer a bunch of old cruisers back in the parking lot that sat there for a long time. They are gone. So that was a big thumbs up for, again, working with finance, a couple of people with the police department to get that done because it's beginning into becoming a little bit of an eyesore. Myself and Detective Staggs attended Job Expo last week at UC Claremont, handing out some flyers, doing some more recruiting. We've been doing interviews last week and this week to get another hiring list together for an officer position, anticipating some retirements later on this year.
Are we full staffing at the moment?
We are currently full staffed, yes.
Okay.
This is going to just, we like to keep an active list, and our current list, when we made the hire in October, I think it was, September of last year, that pretty much exhausted that list. So we're just getting that next list in front of Personnel Commission, get that certified for when the next run of retirements comes along.
I did peruse your annual report, and like I said, I look forward to seeing the presentation. And there was one glaring, it's probably the way you document something. It was is it in public engagement, or there was a new, it went from next to nothing to like thousands. Yeah.
I saw
You know
that
exactly
too.
what I'm talking about? Is
Yeah,
there a new classification on how?
It's a new
because
classification.
Obviously,
They've
we didn't get
changed-
that much busier, but.
No, and there was a couple little things we found
Yeah.
out too that Chief
Yeah.
Mills will touch on with some of our offense reports from the previous year.
Yeah.
They were counted up a little bit differently. But yeah, you're going to see a couple different changes.
Yeah.
A lot of it was how we were keeping track of some different stuff.
It's impressive number. It's just weird to go, I mean.
It's like
in
4,000
1 year to
something,
go
yeah.
from
Yeah,
such a
and
small.
sometimes it's just getting new tools
Yeah.
at our fingertips to use. And one of the things that I've been a big proponent of is, I used to always be told, we can't really quantify everything our law enforcement does or what our agency does, and that's not true. We count calls for service, we count, public contacts and, contacts and so on and so forth. We can get that out there in our annual report and share that better and be a little more transparent with it. So every year we kind of expand it a little bit more and a little bit more. So yeah, you're just seeing a new tool to it.
I can't believe all that you do. I mean, that report was really good.
We take pride in what we do. It's funny because the other day, someone said the same thing. It's like, man, we do a lot of community outreach. And I said, that was something that was a big focus for Chief Mills when he first came into his assignment, however many years ago that was. That the council at the time, they made it his mission that we want this agency out doing more community outreach. And every CLIA assessment, we've got another CLIA assessment coming up this spring. All those assessors say the same thing. Like, we do a lot of community outreach. We do a lot of community engagement.
But all the training too, and yeah.
Yeah, no, a lot of that's, Ohio's stepped up what we call our CPTs, what we have to do 24
Oh,
hours.
yeah.
But we've always done between 38 to 42 hours of in-service training and online training a year. Part of that's through our accreditation processes. Some of it's we just found that rather than doing one particular training every 3 years, that if we do a variation of the same training every year, it gets ingrained into them a little bit better.
And I like that you kind of take a deep dive look into the department and how reflective of Milford residents is the department, and that you're asking those questions.
Yeah, we do that with our survey. We do it with our surveys. A lot of it is we get a lot of feedback through some of our community engagement, just officers being, around. I was in a meeting, I think, the other day with somebody, and I come walking out of a meeting, and a gentleman comes walking up, and he makes a comment about, man, your guys' police cruisers are, clean all the time. And I'm like, they should be. That's my pet peeve. So, but yeah, it's just interaction, just daily interaction. Any questions for me?
Thank you, sir.
All right, you guys have a good one.
All right. No fire and EMS report tonight, but it's going to take us right into council comments. Anyone in council would like to share anything?
I do. I wanted to give a shout out to one of our long-standing businesses in Milford, and that's Row House, Nancy Myers. 55 years of being in service, and I wanted to congratulate her for that. That's a long time to be in business. Started with her parents.
And she is such a great community advocate.
She is.
So that's, not just the longevity of the business, but just a person. And matter of fact, she was at council last
week.
Yeah, last time, so.
And that was it.
I had something. So I'm kind of excited to hear about the state of the city, but I also wonder, I think Loveland Council just did it Saturday, and I think it's in their charter. Is there a time we look at a vision for this council? We're a new council looking at a vision or priorities. I mean, I know the city manager has a lot going on, but I feel like as a council person, I have other priorities beyond just zoning and development. Is that something we could explore?
Sure.
I also think, and Benjamin mentioned it, this Chuck Marone, I went to hear him at the city managers conference. It's pretty amazing, this movement of strong towns that he has, and it maybe could even flow into what we might think of as a vision. I mean, in a nutshell, he's saying cities are bankrupting themselves based on an old model that's really not working anymore, and how to do it from the bottom up with some really creative ways and incrementally build, not build everything out to completion all at once. I mean, it used to be that private dollars preceded public in infrastructure. So it's pretty interesting. If anybody else wants to read it, they have a great website. There's a lot on the website. But I'm also kind of interested, and I could do it as an individual council member, but just hearing from residents in a super simple survey, just like a question like, what are the 5 things that are really important to you in Milford right now? So
Okay.
I don't know where that fits in.
All right.
But it seems like it kind of meshes with the state of the city. Or
Well, I know one of the
later.
things the planning commission just took on is revamping the zoning
Right,
code.
right.
And that's obviously one of the first
Right.
major steps to modeling our future,
But to me, the
if you'll-
future is more than just planning and zoning too.
No, but it's got to start somewhere, and that's obviously your the rules and regulations of how you're going to have to do things.
Oh, and
so-
and according to him, that's what's ruined us, is all the rules and regulations. But I'd like to hear what residents are interested in.
Well,
I know you would too, yeah.
Oh, I hear from them all the time. I mean,
But
so,
I think
yeah.
I like to do
Or
it
I don't
kinda more
hear from them,
formally.
which means that I think we're doing a pretty darn good job.
you don't,
So I'll take it too. A lot of times, as we're all out in the community, that residents are quick to praise, but they're also quick to criticize. And not saying that we don't get criticized for certain things, but I think by and far, we don't hear from them, so they are pretty darn satisfied with the way things are progressing.
But I feel strongly, at least I want a vision. I mean, I did as a candidate have a vision, but I feel like council could have a vision.
Sure.
Yeah.
Kathy, to your point, and Benjamin, when we talked earlier today about what was done in 2017, a comprehensive plan, and wouldn't something like that fit into when you do another comprehensive plan?
Well, I think that's part of it, but to me, a community is just more than building and zoning.
Well, no, I thought.
That is part of it, right?
I thought when I read that comprehensive plan, it talked about things that the city should be doing. And, I mean, maybe it was done by a consultant, but it sounded like it came from residents.
It did. There was a really good committee that spent, what, like a year and a half?
Yeah, and usually every 10 years, so it would be coming up.
Well, couldn't
It
that
would be-
satisfy what you're looking for?
Yeah.
I'm looking bigger than that.
Bigger than,
Bigger than, yeah.
what do you
Yeah.
mean by that?
What are we missing in our community? What do we want?
Well, wouldn't that be in the comprehensive plan?
If you're talking about building and zoning, but maybe there's other things we're missing.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
the
I-
comprehensive plan has more than just building and
Yeah.
zoning. That is definitely a portion of it, but, I mean, you can highlight the parks, you can highlight, several things within the comprehensive plan, and that is what gives that vision, as well as that's an opportunity to engage with the community.
And I get that. I just feel like as a new group, a new council, it would be kind of nice to have a vision of what we're looking at, where we want to be. That's all I'm saying.
Well, when you talk about vision, one of the things that I was going to bring up is the fact that we're getting ready to spend $700,000 in our parks. I mean, we hear that we're not doing this or that, so we have, $700,000 worth of projects in the pipeline.
Well, and I hear that, and maybe it's because I'm new,
Yeah.
but I don't want to be reactive to just whatever comes up. I want to be proactive.
But that's not reactive. That's been in the pipeline, for the last couple of years, that we're well positioned to be able to spend $700,000 improving the parks and basically living up to, in my opinion, we overpromised and underdelivered in the parks from what was originally the design of the park.
You mean
So-
5 points, or?
Oh, yeah, initially, but obviously all the parks. I mean, 5 Points is one of our parks. So, I think that is taking a lot of planning, and it's not reactionary at all.
I'm not saying
and-
that is,
yeah.
but maybe I feel like,
Yeah.
I'm still learning, but
Sure.
I don't know why we can't have a vision.
Yeah. All right. Any other comments? All right. All right, then I need a motion to move into the committee as a whole.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, Jackie, if you'd call the roll, please.
Yes. Mr. Velardo?
Here.
Mr. Thompson?
Here.
Ms. Barney?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Here.
Ms. Russell?
Here.
All right, I'll turn this back over to our city manager to discuss items we need to discuss.
Thank you, Mayor. Alrighty, first on the agenda is the ordinance expanding, amending the Dora district here in the city of Milford. I'll go through it again, just very high level once again. It's three key things. It's expanding the territory, coming up with a new cup and sticker system, and then the hours. Amending the hours to just, it's constantly a Dora district. The territory expanding a little bit closer to Cass Street, near the Riverside 2 area, as well as over the bridge off of Longworth Street. And then the cup itself is just a disposable cup that would have an approved sticker. It's a Milford Dora sticker. So it's a pretty straightforward process. The next steps after this is if council decides to proceed with this and it passes, we go through the necessary changes. A year from now, we will then come back to reevaluate it. If we need to make any changes, that'd be the time to do it. If not, then we can continue for an additional 5 years, and then you come back to review it after that.
Any questions?
Any questions on amending that?
Okay, well then I'll make a recommendation for the law director to draft an ordinance renewing, expanding, and amending a designated outdoor refreshment area for the city of Milford and enacting regulations.
Second.
Get a roll call?
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Brown,
Yes.
Ms. Barney,
Yes.
Mr. Velardo.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, moving on to an agreement with Terracon. Those of you that were on council last year, we passed an agreement with Terracon. The city several years ago purchased the old gas station in the downtown next to Harvest Market. And with that being a gas station, when we acquired the site itself, the site itself doesn't have contamination. It's actually near the roadway. And there was a leak that I assume at that time wasn't identified. However, we did identify it, and for the last year, we've essentially been monitoring different spots throughout that area with monitoring wells. And we came up with a plan, submitted to the state. The state approved it. However, between now and then, the levels, the actual potency within the monitoring wells have gone down. The area spread marginally, but the actual levels of contamination have gone down. So instead of spending the $200,000 to $300,000 that is required to with that original fix, and that's not something that you can do over a period of time. That's now. We are now going back to testing. We've received approval from the state to retest the site. We're going to place a few more monitoring wells around that area to ensure that we're fully capturing the affected area, and then we'll identify what that resolution is from there. So all this is a simple agreement to allow the city to complete the needed monitoring for that affected area.
Had there been more budgeted because you thought it would be a bigger project? Or is this budgeted, I guess I'm asking?
No, the solution itself is not budgeted. And quite frankly, we didn't budget for the additional monitoring. We were waiting to really get what that final solution was. So there was a bit of a gray area at some. But also, simultaneously, obviously, we don't want to put something in the ground at that large of amount and that not be the proper resolution to it.
Any questions? Any other questions?
All right, well then I make a recommendation for the law director to draft an ordinance authorizing city manager to enter into an agreement with Terracon for the groundwater monitoring, sampling, and surveying at the former Sowers Marathon site.
Second.
Ms. Barney,
Yes.
Mr. Brown,
Yes.
Mr. Velardo,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes.
Ms. Russell.
Yes.
Thank you. And then the very last item is I put a memo in council's packet per the employee handbook. In order for me to amend it, I have the ability to approve it, but council has to acknowledge it. That's just the rule. So past practice has been that if the non-union employees get, say, 4 days of personal time, if the union employees get 4 days of personal time, then the non-union employees would simply match that. So all I'm recommending is bumping it up from 2 days to 5 days in accordance with the collective bargaining agreements with the union employees. So this is simply a motion.
Questions?
No.
I make a motion confirming the recommendation of the city manager to amend the City of Milford Employee Manual.
Second.
Mr. Velardo,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes.
Ms. Barney,
Yes.
Ms. Russell,
Yes.
Mr. Brown.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
any other matters that, anyone have anything? Then we'll move right into public comments. Would anyone like to address council? Please come to the podium, state your name and what you'd like to say. Seeing none? All right. Do we have a motion to adjourn our committee as a whole?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All right. That moves us right along here to our ordinances. Or any new business? Nothing new business? Okay. Ordinance and resolutions.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 26-440, an ordinance adopting a schedule of fees, fines, and charges for services. No, I'm sorry. These need to be signed.
Yeah.
I just just needs to be signed. Thank you. Ordinance number 26-449, an ordinance authorizing city manager to enter into an agreement with Terracon for the groundwater monitoring, sampling, and surveying at the former Sowers Marathon site. Whereas the city of Milford previously purchased the former Sowers Marathon site located at 300 Main Street, Milford, Ohio 45150, and whereas the Bureau of Underground Storage Tank Regulations, Buster, notified the city of contaminated soil located on or near the site, and whereas city staff have worked with Terracon to monitor the site and have identified the need for additional testing to determine the appropriate remediation efforts, and whereas Terracon has observed a reduction in contaminant levels in the subject area, necessitating further testing to ensure that all parties implement the most effective and appropriate treatment plan. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Municipality of Milford, Ohio, Section 1, the city manager is hereby authorized to engage with Terracon for the groundwater monitoring, sampling, and surveying at a cost not to exceed $8,350 per the attached quotes. The quote is attached and fully incorporated by reference under and in accordance with Section 12.03 of the Milford City Charter. Section 2, under and in accordance with Sections 12.05 and 12.07 of the Milford City Charter, this ordinance shall become effective immediately upon its passage by City Council.
Motion to suspend the rules and read by title only?
Second.
Miss Barney?
Yes.
Miss Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Velardo?
Yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Ordinance number 26-449, an ordinance authorizing city manager to enter into an agreement with Terracon for the groundwater monitoring, sampling, and surveying at the former Sowers Marathon site.
Motion to adopt?
Second.
Mr. Velardo?
Yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Miss Barney?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Miss Russell?
Yes.
Ordinance number 26-448, an ordinance renewing, expanding, and amending a designated outdoor refreshment area for the city of Milford and enacting regulations. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Municipality of Milford, Ohio, whereas effective April 30th, 2017, a municipality with a population of less than 35,000 is permitted to create a designated outdoor refreshment area, DORA, pursuant to the provisions of the Ohio Revised Code, Section 4301.82, and whereas on January 2026, the city manager submitted an application to the city council for approval of DORA on a specified section of the city of Milford, the DORA application, and whereas pursuant to ORC Section 4301.82C, notice of the filing of the DORA application with the date of the public hearing thereon was published in the newspaper of general circulation in the city of Milford on January 29, 2026, and February 5, 2026, and whereas the public hearing on the application was held March 3, 2026, during which public testimony was held, and whereas Section 4301.82F1 of the ORC requires the city of Milford to establish requirements that the city determines necessary to ensure public health and safety in the area, and ORC Section 4301.82F2 provides for the notice of this proposed action to be published in a newspaper of general circulation once a week for 2 consecutive weeks. Such notice having been published on January 29, 2026 and February 5, 2026. And whereas the DORA application is submitted to include the premises of the permit holders located at the street addresses on Exhibit A meets the requirements of the ORC Section 4301.82F, it being further clarified that the boundary of the DORA includes the premises of the permit holders located at the street addresses listed on Exhibit A, and whereas approval of the DORA will serve to enhance the experiences of the patrons of the business areas and the special events within the city of Milford, Ohio. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Municipality of Milford, Ohio, Section 1. City Council approves the DORA application as having met the requirements of ORC Section 4301.82F and approves the establishment of a downtown Milford designated outdoor refreshment area comprised of the areas depicted on Exhibit A, attached hereto and made a part hereof. Such area to include and encompass the premises of the permit holders located at the street addresses listed on Exhibit A as is required to be included pursuant to ORC Section 4301.82F1A. Section 2, City Council determines that all public notice requirements of ORC Section 4301.82 prior to the passage of this ordinance have been met. Section 3, that in order to ensure the public health and safety in accordance with ORC Section 4301.82F1B, the number, spacing, and type of signage designated the DORA boundary shall be set as set forth on Exhibit B attached hereto and made a part hereof. Section 4, the DORA encompasses not fewer than 4 qualified permit holders, all of which are identified on Exhibit C attached hereto and made a part hereof by business name, address, liquor permit type, and liquor permit number. Also included on Exhibit C, in accordance with ORC Section 4301.82F1C, are the hours of operation for the DORA, which will apply to all activity within a DORA. Section 5, the public health and safety plan is described in Exhibit D, attached hereto and made a part hereof, is hereby approved as meeting the requirements of ORC Section 4301.82F1D through F, including the manner in which the number of personnel needed to carry out the plan shall be determined. Section 6, the sanitation plan that will have maintain the appearance and public health of the area described on Exhibit E, attached hereto and made a part hereof, is hereby approved as meeting the requirements of ORC Section 4301.82F1E and F, including the manner in which the number of personnel needed to carry out the plan shall be determined. Section 7, as is required by ORC Section 4301.82 F1G. Beer and intoxicating liquor shall only be served in plastic bottles or other plastic containers, which shall be provided by the qualified permit holders in a readily identified container as approved by the city's Department of Public Safety. Section 8, City Council shall review the requirements of the DORA as established herein 1 year from the effective date of this ordinance to determine whether to continue the DORA under the same or modified terms and conditions or dissolve it according to the statutory provisions. Section 9, the clerk of council is hereby instructed to forward a copy of this ordinance to the Ohio Division of Liquor Control and to the investigative unit of the Ohio Department of Public Safety, all in accordance with ORC Section 4301.82C. Section 10, council hereby finds and determines that all formal actions relative to the passage of this ordinance were taken in an open meeting of council, that all deliberations of this council and of its committees, if any, which resulted in formal action, are taken in meetings open to the public in full compliance with applicable legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 11, pursuant to and in accordance with Section 12.05 of the Milford City Charter, this ordinance, having received at least 5 affirmative votes for passage, shall become effective immediately. Under in accordance with Sections 12.05 and 12.07, this ordinance shall become effective immediately upon its passage by the City Council.
Phew. Motion to suspend the rules and read by title only.
Second.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Barney?
Yes.
Mr. Velardo?
Yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Ordinance number 26-448, an ordinance renewing, expanding, and amending a designated outdoor refreshment area for the city of Milford and enacting regulations.
Motion to adopt?
Second.
Mr. Velardo?
Yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Ms. Barney?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Mayor, thank you. The one thing I was looking for was the state of the city. Ms. Barney, you asked about that question. That's actually in the city manager's contract, so that's part of
Oh,
a
okay.
requirement that this council has imposed ever since I've been aware of it for 3 years or 4 years now. So that's also in there as well. I thought it was in the charter too, but I couldn't find, that's what I was looking for. I couldn't find it in the charter. I thought it
It's
was.
in his contract.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
in
where
his
it is?
contract,
Okay,
yeah.
that's right. Any other public comments? Anyone like to address council? Old business, I'm going to ask Benjamin. We had a very special recognition for a citizen this past week or so. His daughter reached out to me, and she was not able to attend, but she just thanked the city who was able to attend, apologized for any confusion that may have been during that, but I'm going to ask Benjamin to talk about what we're going to do on April 7th.
Thank you, Mayor. So just some further information on that. Part of State Route 28 is going to be dedicated to Captain Louis John Spidle? Spidle.
Spidle, yes.
Apologies if I said that wrong. Was a Milford resident, had Spidle Nursery. He has a tremendous story, received several honors in the military, including the Purple Heart, and the family got the opportunity to celebrate State Route 28 being named, a portion of that being named after him. So to further memorialize and bring attention to that on April 7th, part of council is going to be a presentation sort of recognizing this honorary road and a tribute from John's daughter to her father. So just be on the lookout for that.
And she shared that with me, and I'll share it with all council before the meeting too. She asked that I share that, and then we'll read that into the record that night also. So one of the reasons we picked April 7th is we're anticipating that the signs will go up. So that way we can help recognize and the importance of that. And I know a local resident, the Lucky family was very instrumental in jumping through all the nuances to make this happen. And then obviously Representative Gene Schmidt's office came down and was part of that presentation also. So we'll make sure that the word gets out and that we can honor him in the most appropriate patriotic way.
You know, I was looking up information on
Yeah.
him. He was like 21
21, yeah.
and flying over, I guess, what they called Hamburger Hill.
Yep.
Like, the
Yeah,
hardest mission in Vietnam.
Yeah, it's an impressive story, and again, and his family was a longtime owner of the property up, hence
The greenhouse,
yeah,
the
the
nursery,
area
yeah.
that he's being recognized as. So that's very significant to his family.
I think
So-
it's very humbling to actually know somebody a piece of the highway is named for.
Sure,
You know?
yeah, absolutely.
I see those and I don't usually know who they are.
Well, and I think that's why at council that we can do this too, to even bring more recognition.
Yeah.
Because to your point, you see those signs, but you
Yeah.
don't necessarily know the backstory, so we'll make sure that that gets out. So, any other old business? With that being said,
I'd like to make a motion that we go into an executive session pursuant to and in accordance with Section 3.052 of the Milford City Charter to consider the purchase of property for public purpose, the sale of property at competitive bidding, or the sale or other disposition unneeded, obsolete, or unfit for use property in accordance with Section 505.10 of the revised code. If premature disclosure of information would give an unfair competitive or bargaining advantage to a person whose personal, private interest is adverse to the general public interest. Also, pursuant to and in accordance with Section 3.053 of the Milford City Charter Conference with attorney for the public body concerning disputes involving the public body that are the subject of pending or imminent court action.
all right, we will not be coming back to the regular session. Oh, I need go ahead.
A second.
Second.
A second. I need
Mr. Parrish, or I'm sorry, Mr. Velardo?
yes.
Mr. Price, I'm sorry. Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Ms. Barney?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
And we will be going into executive session and only coming out to adjourn the meeting. So there'll be no other business that will take place after the exec session. We'll show this meeting halted for the moment, and we're going into exec session. Thank you all.